People use phones every day, whether they're calling a friend or answering a customer's call at work. We don't often stop to think about how we come across over the phone, but what we say and how we say it can have a profound impact on the person on the other end of the line. To have a successful phone conversation, you must know 3 core standards for telephone conversations. Why phones must be answered within 3 rings. Why follow-up service must be timely and accurate. And why you should always ask permission before placing guests on hold. Let's start by applying the 3 core standards for telephone conversations. 1. No guest should be placed on hold for longer than 30 seconds without being offered a callback. Imagine that your guest is standing right in front of you, waiting for assistance. You'd never ignore a guest in person, and you shouldn't do it over the phone. 2. The guest is always asked permission before being placed on hold. Be mindful about handling every call respectfully. Asking for permission shows your guest that you know there's an actual person on the other end of the line and that you respect their time. Make sure you wait for a response before placing the caller on hold. 3. Telephone conversation is calm and clear. Maintain your composure so that your guest feels valued and can understand what you're saying. Remember to use a gracious tone and appropriate pace. Taking the time to answer your guest's questions calmly and clearly shows them that their request is your top priority. A guest should never feel that you're distracted or don't have time to talk to them. If you're an operator or concierge, assisting guests over the phone is a critical function of your job. But whether you're working in one of these guest-facing roles or behind the scenes, there's always a chance that you might need to take a call. Now let's discuss why phones must be answered within 3 rings. Make the guest your number 1 priority. If the guest has to wait for you to pick up, they're already questioning the service levels at your hotel. A guest might think, "Is there anyone working today?" It's important to know why follow-up service must be timely and accurate. You will receive the occasional call from a guest whose question you can't answer immediately. If you need to put your guest on hold to search for information, make sure that you respond within 30 seconds or less. If you need to call your guest back, specify when you will return their call. Follow up with your guest as soon as possible. If you neglect to call back, your guest will have to find the answers on their own. If you know the conversation is going to take longer than 30 seconds, offer your guest a callback before placing them on hold. Being placed on hold can be frustrating. Seconds feel like minutes. That's why you should always ask permission before placing guests on hold. Make it as easy as possible for your guests by asking for their permission before placing them on hold. This shows your guest that you respect their time and feelings. Here's what it looks like in action.
What types of activities are happening while I'm there?
I'd be happy to check for you. Would you mind if I placed you on a brief hold?
No problem.
Thank you. The reservationist not only asked for the guest's permission, but patiently waited for their response before placing them on hold. Never place a guest on hold before you have their permission to do so. If you know that you will be placing the guest on hold for longer than 30 seconds, you should let them know.
Can you tell me what type of gluten-free pasta you have?
Mr. Smith, that's a great question. It may take me a minute or 2 to confirm with the chef. May I place you on hold, or would you like for me to call you back?
I'm fine with holding. Thanks.
Thank you. I'll place you on a brief hold and I will check with the chef. Remember that telephone etiquette is about efficiency, clarity, and courtesy. Regardless of whether you're speaking to your colleagues or guests, always keep the courtesy and manners classification in mind.